tonight. If it's not posted tonight, it'll be posted in the morning. Their evidence drops that I've posted before, but some of you have not seen it and some of you didn't know what you were looking at. I'm a survivor of abuse, trafficking, foster care, and so much more. That has been since I was 3 months old. CPS reports are endless. CPS reports, even though they had bruises, they had proof. At one point, my surrogate was selling tapes to law enforcement from the back of her closet after she was abusing me and her other kids. You'll see a lot in the paperwork that it was evaluated out at 4 years old. Was the first time I was without drugs.
Oh my God.
Without anything. That's the first time I was like, oh.
Oh my dear sweet baby Jesus.
I was locked in a room because I fought back.
Man, I hate everybody.
After her and her boyfriend did what they wanted to me, they put me out in the driveway in Ritchie Canyon. Nobody did anything. When it was taken to court, it was evaluated out. At a very young age, I always thought, what is wrong with me? That stuff keeps happening to me. It's my fault. By 13 years old, I started to ask questions and I started to run. I started to fight back. I started to see that something wasn't right. I thought everything was normal for a very long time. Till about 13 years old, I was hypersexual after being so many times by my surrogate's boyfriends, in and out of problems. At one point, I tried to kill myself because I thought that was the only way out. I did everything because I was just like, there's no other way for me besides being somebody's puppet, punching bag, and slave. So I tried myself. 14 and a half, 15. I ended up with so many CPS reports, so many suicide attempts, so much that finally, after going to Canyon Ridge Hospital for over a month, they decided to put me in foster care. When I went into foster care, I thought everything was going to be fine. We were going to be good. I was going to go to school. I would be loved. I would meet a new family and live happily ever after. No. Jumped into things. Went to so many foster homes, group homes, I lost count. Never stayed anywhere longer than 2 to 3 weeks, and never stayed anywhere longer than a month. Attended 19 high schools in 1 year in the time that I was in foster care. I graduated 2 weeks before my class. Thank you very much.
Yeah, girl.
I wasn't supposed to. I walked into California school district with like 12 units as a senior. And if you know anything about credits out here, or not out here, I'm not in California right now, but in California, in the US, I know there's some of you who are from different countries. Thank you, by the way. You need, I think, 230 or 260 to graduate as a senior. I didn't have that, and it wasn't going to work. And everybody kept telling me, I had one of my teachers from my school tell me I was pretty enough to become a cocktail waitress or Hooters, so I should just give up while I was ahead. I ended up graduating 2 weeks before my class because my mom pushed me because I finally went home. But it is a long story because I went from 15 years old to so many foster and group homes to small trafficking, getting in a car, doing little stuff with people because they told me to, because I was very naive and just looking for peace and for somebody to love me. And then I went into elite trafficking. At 16 and a half, I was auctioned to Russia. At that moment, I realized I'm not coming back. I was sold to the man for a weekend, and I was supposed to go with him for a week. And in that small time that I was with this man, I was like, he hates Americans. And I didn't understand at that time. I was 15. I did not understand what that meant for people out of the country. I was taken out of the country while in foster care custody. Everything was different. The smells were different. The street signs, the doors, the walls, everything was just different. And I thought, like, God, if I could just please go back to the States, I swear I will get away from this man. I will figure something out. The way he treated me, I knew that if I was to spend more than a few days with him, I was lucky enough to come back, that he was going to kill me. So I ran from foster care, from Child Protective Services custody, went missing AWOL for a year straight. My pimps had a lot of police officers, authority in their back pocket. When it comes to Child Protective Services, there's no oversight. There is no boss. There is an ombudsman. That ombudsman of Riverside County Child Protective Services custody, I called, my mom called, people called. We put in reports, we put in emails. I talked to her at one point and told her everything that was going on. She said she would help, and then she disappeared and got taken out of